Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Sunday Morning Coffee with Lisa. I'm Spiritual Coach Lisa Hopp. It is Sunday, July 3rd, 2022. Thank you so much for joining me. If you're new, welcome. Welcome. Please be sure to check out my website at lisahopp.com. And if you are seeing this on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and share. I'd appreciate it so very much. And for those of you coming back every week and leaving your wonderful comments and your suggestions, I appreciate you so very much. Thank you. We have a wonderful little club, and I really appreciate it so very much. Well, this weekend is July 4th weekend here in America. Happy July 4th weekend. It's a different feeling to this one this year for many people, but it is a wonderful anniversary of our history and should be acknowledged and also should be enjoyed because many people work very hard, and so they deserve time off to barbecue and celebrate and watch fireworks and attend parades. So I hope for all of you it's a wonderful weekend filled with lightness and fun and whatever you would most love to enjoy. I usually do this every year around this time, and I'm going to do it again. I'm going to broach the topic of freedom because it's what we all want in some way, whether it be freedom that is of wealth, freedom of health, the freedom that comes from well-being rather than health issues or diagnosis. The freedom to be ourselves within a relationship, and the freedom that comes with in our own thoughts and belief systems what can come in a relationship. And you should be able to be you and be free to be you within a relationship. So freedom matters. And many times when people say financial freedom, they usually don't have a dollar amount in mind. They just, whatever that is that makes them feel free. For some, it is $1 million. For some, it is $100,000. For some, it is even less. For some, it's being a billionaire. It's whatever freedom means to you. And the one thing that we're dealing with this year is we want freedom. But we often, and I say we, but I'm not included in this. Maybe, I don't want to say hopefully, no, that is not right. That would be of judgment. But perhaps some of you are not included in this as well. But sometimes when we want freedom for ourselves, we think we have to take it away from others. And that's not the case. It's not the case. It's all right to have freedom, and it's all right for others to have freedom as well. The only time that perhaps not wanting another to have freedom is when it comes to harming others. We wouldn't want someone who wants to harm others to have all the freedom to do that. But in most cases, what I'm talking about is the view that we have, many have, in that there is not enough to go around. So what you have means that another does not have, or what another has then takes away from you. And that's not true, by the way. That is a belief that's from a perception that was passed down to you. We live in an infinite universe that has all the supply we could possibly desire. All you have to do is desire it and ask for it. There is more than enough to go around. And the limitations that are occurring in our lives, again, are from our beliefs that are manifesting for us lack. Now, I say this all the time, and it's just because I am a bit of a Cancer energy. When I tell you this truth, I am not judging you or blaming you as a human being for having lack. You were born and raised to have it. your belief systems were brought to you through the perceptions of others around you. And you acquired those perceptions yourself in a very emotional way. The wonderful thing about beliefs is that we can change them, because beliefs are, well, they're never about truth. Because if they were about truth, they'd be a knowing. They would be based on facts. Beliefs are always about your emotional perception of an experience, an event, something you were told, something you witnessed, that you acquired a belief and, well, again, a perception of what was truly happening. One of the beliefs that can be had is, that some of us can have, is money doesn't grow on trees. It literally does. It literally does. But it's one of those things of there's not enough to go around. Yes, there is. They literally can print more money if they want to, and they often do. Now, some will say, but then doesn't it lose value? Again, a perception. There's an abundant universe, and money is a symbol of abundance, but so is someone showing up and handing you something. That is a symbol of abundance. It is so important to know that what is within you in a way of belief can be changed in the way of beliefs. And so I want you to think about, because we're talking about freedom today, what does freedom mean to you? And what are your beliefs lined up with that? Are they limiting? I bet you they probably are in some way. Because if they weren't limited in some way, you would have wealth beyond measure. You would have health. You would have love beyond measure. You probably wouldn't be listening to this podcast. You'd be too busy hanging out on your yacht somewhere, all right? So, but is that there for you? Absolutely. Absolutely. So, there's, it's anything is possible. Nothing is impossible. But beliefs have to be changed first. So we're living in a society right now that wants to constrict. Now, there's a larger picture with that, and I talk about it, probably almost every week. We are healing the past in order to bring higher energy to this earth. And so the past has to be healed. We didn't do it. We just moved on and said, get over it. Get over losing. Get over being a slave. Just get over it. We're going to set you free and you're on your own, and we're going to terrorize you for hundreds of years. But just get over it. You got your freedom. Oh, and make sure that you know that you're a second-class citizen, please. Oh, my goodness. And if that was controversial, what I just said, that is fact. That is the experience that some of our population have gone through. And so it is worth stating and worth owning. There are some still, too many, honestly, that haven't gotten over losing a civil war. Thought it was best as a union to just move on, to do what was best, to let people, we even let Jefferson Davis go, to let people go. Well, our society didn't properly heal from that war. And all the anger and all the resentment. So it comes up again. It's coming up to be healed. We are not properly ready, some of us, for equality. Many are. The majority are. But some are not. Because it brings forward fear. It's rocking the history. And the history has to be healed. There has to be understanding that It's all right for everyone to be equal. It's not going to threaten your way of life or your power. See, those in power don't want to lose power. So they're trying to hold on to often violent and hate-filled and bigoted methods. So white supremacy, though it's always been there, is now feeling very comfortable being out and about. Even walking through Boston yesterday, just out and about. They wear masks, interestingly enough, but they feel very safe and comfortable walking the streets. Well, that has to be healed up, so that it's understood that that a way of life is not being threatened. We can all get along. So there's a lot of work to do, but a lot of work has been done. And everything is a call to love. Everything. With those who do not want to be labeled, those who want to change their sex, those who want to be able to define who they are by society or not. That's a call to love. Everything right now is a call to love. Those that want to bring down statues, it's a call to love. It's a call to healing. It's a call to the acknowledgement that people were harmed. My gosh, so harmed. And then statues are put up memorializing those who harmed. There's so much. I see comments sometimes because I love history. There's so much deep hatred and resentment out there about the past. And I can understand it. Because it must be a large form of grief to fight for a cause that was about product and money. And many who passed in the Civil War did not own people and did not have money. So they must hold on to something. They must hold on to the heritage. They must hold on to something was right about it because my ancestors died. So there has to be a good purpose to it. So they hold on to their way of life. We must in some way bring all of us to a safe place to acknowledge history, to acknowledge the healing that needs to take place, to acknowledge the errors that we've done. We've massacred Native Americans in the past when we invaded their land. That is wrong. Acknowledgement is safe. Acknowledgement is a higher healing. It is higher consciousness. It is rough. It is raw. But it will happen. It is necessary for heaven to come to earth. Now, the spiritual, no, we're going through the age of Aquarius. The evangelical will probably tell you we're going through the end times. All know what's going on. We're transitioning in that healing. And it's precarious right now. literally have a democracy at stake right now that could be lost. But there will always be higher consciousness majority winning out. So it is very important that you send good thoughts, good energy, healing out, to feel it within yourself and to send it out to others. And to trust and have faith. Do not be pessimistic. Have trust and faith that higher consciousness, love will win out. It always has. It always has. Higher consciousness has won in every war. Higher consciousness has won in bringing the Berlin Wall down. Call it prayer. Call it vibration going out. But the majority, which is usually about positive higher consciousness energy, always wins. If you are more religious, God's energy will always win. The right energy will always win. It may look like the battle is lost at times, but the war will always be won. So on this July 4th, focus, if you will, on feeling that higher energy inside and putting it out to your citizens. And we are one world, by the way. Everybody has higher gas prices right now. Everybody is dealing with the fallout of a global pandemic, and that's all that's going on. It's a fallout of a global pandemic. It just needs time to resolve itself. And that is true. So send it out, if you will, not only to the country, but to the world. That for the higher good, all will be healed. So that is my take on this July 4th weekend. I never have a script, by the way. I let that flow out. But I also channel. So I know that heaven wanted me to say all of that. But back to freedom. Freedom reigns. Freedom can reign. So what does freedom mean for you? If it means taking from another, it is not freedom. Remember, there is more than enough. So what does that feel like to you, freedom? It should feel light. It should feel expanded. You should feel it just like branching out from you. Is it about wealth? Is it about health? Is it about love? Is it all of it? Is it the freedom of an ideal life? You are connected to that now. You are connected to it. We block it from us. It is often said that, and it's true, God doesn't leave us, we leave God. And God is that source, that universal connection, that oneness, where infinite abundance is. Yes. So how do you connect into that? I've been trying to say it more and more and more and more. Sit centered within yourself without thinking about the past, without thinking about the future. Center within yourself and say, I am. You can add after that, I am abundant. I am one with wealth. I am free. But just I am is fine. But But. When you say it until you say it with such a feeling that you feel that expansion, that you feel that you grow, that your spirit grows, and you'll feel it. You'll feel like, it goes out. You might see colors. You might feel a vibration. You might feel calm. You should feel calm. Lightness. And then you hold that as much as you possibly can. Now, I will say to you, I am a human being. Though, at times, I say I wish I were less or so. But I am human. And I've been working on this I am connection diligently. And I am throughout the day reciting again, I am. I'll do it walking throughout my life. Because sometimes I go back to feeling tight about something. Perhaps it's about finances. Perhaps it's about something I see on the news. Perhaps it's about a post I read on social media. Anytime I catch myself constricted, I go back to I am. I reconnect again because I know I have lost a connection. I have disconnected. Now here's the thing as well. If you do this, you will see results. But sometimes the results are not always downstream and calm and gliding along and everything's rainbows and unicorns. Sometimes the results are the opposite and you're like, what the heck is going on? I've been connecting into I am. I feel the oneness, yet my life looks like it could be falling apart. Sometimes things fall apart in order to build. So we have to stay with it. Stay with it every single day. Now, here's the thing. It's not necessarily easy because you're focused, you're disciplined, but it's also wonderful because it's private. This is your work. Nobody else can help you with this. You do it inside yourself. And you don't have to say it out loud. You can say it within yourself. So no one really should know what you're doing. And what a powerful thing. What power to have that control, to have that connection. Eventually, and it will probably happen in a moment, you will see things work out for you. You will see it. Things will start to happen in your favor. But remember, they may not look that way at first. Things are not always as they appear. But the way to heal yourself, heal your life, heal the country, heal the earth, is to get into that source, that I am. And yes, the way to bring yourself freedom. Freedom from all that you want to have freedom from. Now, when you're in the I am, when in the source, you'll get ahas, you'll get inspirations. Your job is to do them. Inspired action. Don't sit down and expect the universe to do everything for you. It won't. It requires work. But it's different. It's not manual labor that you don't want to do or that takes away from your life. This is inspired action that brings results, but sometimes they're uncomfortable. But still do them, even if only in baby steps. Because you take one step, and that oneness will do 20, 30 more for you. But one at least is required. I am on this podcast today because I stepped outside my comfort level to do it. I'm on social media more, stepping outside my comfort level. Stay tuned, There is more Instagram, though I have an Instagram account I haven't been using, but I'm going to start using again. And there is TikTok in the future. But for right now, check out my other YouTube channels, The Guided Journey and Manifest Life. These were outside my comfort level. But I understood that it was time to branch out. I was led to it. It's inspired action. I was told recently by a wonderful teacher it was time to be the lion instead of the mouse. And I had started to take steps towards the lioness. And I'm taking even more steps. Be the lion in your life as well. Roar for yourself. Step for yourself. Even if uncomfortable, dare to take the risk. Those who are the most free in this world, the freest, take risks. They don't mind it. Well, they mind it, but they do it. They're not stopped by fear, beliefs, perceptions, and other insecurities. Freedom is free, but you have to ask for it. You have to acquire it. And it starts with the inside. And then it will go out to the outside. And then things start to happen. We as souls and spirit, as beings, we don't feel comfortable unless we're free. It's who we are. Freedom is our birthright, but it's also what we have when our physical body is done and we transition to heaven. There is a lightness and a freedom there that we acquire when we go home. And we are familiar with that. We resonate with that. It's our purity of who we are. So we will always want for freedom. We may not go about it in the most productive way, but we always will go towards it. Understand that you can have freedom without taking away from another. It's about going in and connecting in to that most powerful source. It's just taking what is yours. It's just connecting into what you are. Because you are that energy. You are the I am. We were taught that we are made in the image and likeness of God, our Creator. We are. What gets discombobulated and twisted is that people are taught that God is human. So when they are taught we are created in the image and likeness of our Creator, we assume our Creator is like us. Our human selves are our limited thought of ourselves. That is not the truth. We are the I am. We just have to unblock it. We just have to unblock it. Unblock it through reciting to yourself, I am, and connecting into that source. And then freedom. Freedom. Which will bring all that means to you. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me on this Sunday, July 3rd. Our founding fathers knew that freedom was our birthright. Give it to yourself. It is your birthright. It is what you deserve. And once again, I have to edit it today, and I will. Please go to my website at lisahop.com. I'm a one-person operation. I create and edit my own website, and everything you see is me. Please also be sure to like, subscribe, and share on all of my channels. And also, if you will, please like and follow me on my Facebook business page under Lisa M. Hop Spiritual Coaching Medium. I appreciate all of you. I hope you have a wonderful Sunday and a very blessed week. Until next time, take care and thank you.